Welcome back, guys. In this video we're gonna talk about the mirror principle, and I'm actually gonna answer one of your questions, because previously when I made videos on the mirror principle, one of the questions I keep getting was, hey, can you make a video like this but on money specifically, how to overcome belief in lack and scarcity and not enoughness and start to create, attract, generate real money, change my financial situation, create that abundance mindset. And I was like, hey, why not? That sounds like something that could help a lot of people. And so I decided to really focus in this video about money, finance, and helping you shift and create an abundance mindset. So we're gonna be looking at how your own current belief system and money paradigm is actually affecting and creating the result that you have right now in your finance. And then we're gonna be looking at how and what can you do to reverse that, not to create just some short-term win and some little wins here and there, but to have a fundamental shift in your reality and experience with money, with wealth. How and what can you do? That's what we're going to be talking about. And money, let's face it, is a loaded subject for a lot of people, because when you are struggling with money, or if you're living in scarcity, paycheck by paycheck, or you don't know where the money is coming from, or you're just tight, nothing else really matters, right? When your own survival needs are not really met, you don't really have time to care about the world and other people and making the world a better place. It's just all about you. And in fact, it can be one of the biggest stressors. That's why the number one cause of divorce and breakup is usually resolving around money. So it can be really loaded, and it can be also one of the best things you can do in your life to create freedom and security if you can figure out this money question. And that's what this video, I hope, will give to you guys, an ability to change your own mindset, your own attitude, your own image of money, and start create different results in your life. So let's go straight into this, guys. And let's first break it down. Let's see how the mirror principle actually works. This here is you, right? And on the other side here, we have the external world, the mirror. And in the external world, in the mirror, we have all those things. We got money, we got people, rich people, poor people, we got job, we got the economy, your bank account. We got all those things outside of you, right? That is being reflected by the mirror that we call life. But there's also your result, right? Your current state of affair regarding your finance. Now, what's very interesting here is that you are receiving information from the external world, right? And that information is coming to you all the time. All the time you see your bank account, you see a bill, you see something in a grocery shop, something for sale, whatever, you're receiving that information. And the way we absorb that information is through our five senses. You see it, you smell it, you touch it, you hear it, right? So we receive information through our five senses. But here is what's very important. Your mind here has a set of filters, and those are your subconscious mind filters, right? I'm going to go quite fast here, because I've made other videos when I really break down this process. And so I don't want to just repeat myself here, but I want to fast forward and go into the solution later. So I'm going to put the link up there somewhere. If you want to have a breakdown of this process, you can just go and watch that video. So the external world, you're receiving information through your five senses, and then your subconscious mind filters that information based on your current belief system, values, memories, past experiences, your self-image, and your opinion of money, rich people, finance, wealth, all these things. And so once that information goes through you, it's being filtered instantaneously by your subconscious mind. It then creates a perception, a thought, a meaning, a mental picture in your mind, right? And you give that thing some form of meaning. And that meaning then creates a feeling, right? You see something, it gets filters, you have that perception about it. Oh my God, it's another bill. How am I gonna pay for it? It's too expensive. That's the meaning, right? It starts to create that tension in your body, that scarcity. And then that leads to then the decisions, behaviors that you have, and that leads to ultimately the result. Okay, this is in a fast track the loop. Now, what is very important here is that your results are a current reflection of your subconscious filters, the way you think and feel, and the decisions you make. But the challenge is that now you, if you're not consciously using your perception, your thoughts, and your feelings, what's going to happen is that your results are going to reinforce the belief system, because now you're going to look at your results and you're going to be, see, I always struggle with money, see, it's never hard enough, see, you got to work hard, see the inflation, see the economy, see this, that. And this is going to reinforce the belief system that have created those things in your life in the first place. That reinforces the perception, the feeling, creates more of the same decisions, behavior, and ultimately the result. And you got that loop. And that's why they say that a lot of people are stuck in this scarcity loop. And that's why they say that money creates money. Rich people become richer and the poor become poorer because not because of here, not because of the mirror, because of their own inability or their own lack of awareness or understanding of what is actually happening between them that is creating those things in their life. So what people do is they try to go here in the world and fight and hate and argue and blame and gossip and all this, right? And they spend a lot of their time here blaming, talking, gossiping, bitching about what is happening in the world and the economy and who's doing what and who's doing not what they need and who needs to change for them to receive money, or all these type of things. They're trying to fight the freaking external world. And that doesn't work. And you don't have to take my words for it, you just have to look at your life. If you've been in this position when you've been trying so hard or wanting so hard for a president or a company or your boss or somebody to change your financial situation here, you've probably been disappointed because that never happens. The only way you are going to change that result here is if you stop the fight here and you understand that what happens, what needs to change is here in your subconscious filters, in your thoughts, feeling, and then your decisions and behaviors. And when you change that inner game, that inner world, I guarantee you the result will start to change. But also what you start to attract then in your life will also change. Not because it's magic, but because you have changed and it's the law. Your life is a direct reflection of your belief system. So in the Bible, there is this quote that says, it's controversial, right? It's one of those controversial passages that says, for those who have, more will be given to them, and they shall have more. And for those who have not, even what they have shall be taken away from them, right? That's pretty much what it says. So people are like, well, that's fucked up, that's not fair, God is unfair, life is unfair, blah, blah, blah. But life is fair because the universe gives you free will and tremendous creative power to choose to create whatever it is you want, whatever you hold in your mind, you can morph and shape and create and manifest in your life. So it's fair. It's fair for everybody, but not everybody has your set of filters, and that's the same. That's the only difference. So it's not God's fault or higher power fault, or because you're wrong, you have the wrong astrology star, the wrong fucking numerical things, or all that tarot bullshit, right? It's not because of that. It's simply because here something must be adjusted. So the moment you go and you stop seeing yourself as being poor, lacking, things are expensive, you stop fighting here, and you start to see yourself as being worthy of having money. You start to create a better thought about money, what it means, your ability to create money, the amount of opportunity that are there, and all of these type of things. You start to resonate with that. You start to create that. And let's break down a little bit so we can go a little bit deeper. When I was young, I remember my parents always having that struggle with money, that love-hate relationship. Money is great, but at the same time, you shouldn't want too much because, rich people are greedy and bad, And there is some form of nobility in poverty. But also the way they talked about money and certain things, right, that they wanted, or luxury things, is that it's not for us, it's for other people, it's for rich people, right? And so they were kind of always belittling themselves in terms of what they deserve, how much they should have. And so you can see how that will be affecting them and the results and the stress and the pressure of money, because it's the weirdest thing. It's so loaded, right? Money is part of everything. You need money for literally everything. So money is neutral. It's an exchange currency. I give you that and I receive this. But through centuries of conditioning, and religious conditioning and social conditioning and individual and family and country conditioning, we have created this deep subconscious belief as a society around money. And we've projected a lot of belief on money. It's bad, and there's all that guilt. You shouldn't want it. It corrupts. Money is the root of all evil. It's all the rich people that are fucking up the world. And so if you have money, your friend will lose you, and you won't have happiness, because somehow money is tied up with happiness. And somehow, in so many people's belief, it's easier to be happy if you have no money, which I find fucking crazy in my personal experience, right? But how about you can be happy whether you have money or not, because you can choose to do that. So it's not about, okay, if I have too much money, then I have to choose whether I want to be happy or not. But in our belief system, deeply unconscious belief system and relationship with money that most people are unaware of, most people never question, they have it in them, and it's affecting their perception. And perception is creation. So if you have a deep fear that money will make you a bad person, or that if you have too much money, people will leave you, or people will take from you, or they will hurt you, you will not be in a position to put yourself there, because you will resist that. Even though consciously you may have a belief where you want to make more money, but if subconsciously that belief is not aligned, you will sabotage yourself, and you will keep yourself at a level where you feel like, I can still belong with my family, with my friend, and I can still go under the radar and still be humble. When I was young, again, there was this strong belief that you shouldn't show that you have so much. You should play it down. You should be humble. You don't have to brag. You have all that crap that we instill in society to play small, to be like others. We have to realize that all those beliefs affect our result with money. And so I'm trying to go deep and give you a lot of different examples here to see how deeply our belief system about money affect us in creating the result that we want. And so if you harbor between your state of consciousness, emotions, of lack and embarrassment and anger and resentment and all of these toward rich people, or money or opportunity, or all of these type of things, how do you think this is going to affect your result, what you do, how you think, and really how you show up in the world? But even more so importantly, it's your own self-image that matters a lot. And that is one of the deepest filter here. Your self-image is how you see yourself. And so you have a self-image that is related to money as well. Your worthiness about making money, what you think you need to do to make money, whether you think you're good at making money, whether you think it's hard, whether you feel like you need to sacrifice and work multiple jobs, and maybe it comes hard, but it goes easy. And maybe you're just not good with numbers, right? So we have all those beliefs personally about who we are and how much we are worth. And I saw this deeply when I started becoming self-employed, about how much money I was asking, and how I felt, oh my God, I'm asking too much, and there's not enough money out there, and so people won't be able to pay me. And I was projecting my own belief onto the world. And so because I was struggling financially, I projected that everybody is struggling financially, that they couldn't afford if I put my price too high, and that anyway, because I'm helping others, I shouldn't put my price too high, right? So you see how this projection goes on, and then If you harbor negative belief about rich people, you're gonna project it on rich people, and you're only gonna see those rich people who do bad things, and then it's going to reinforce the thoughts and the feeling of dislike and resentment and judgment, create the same old decision behaviors and the result, and you're stuck back in that loop. So then I hope that by now you get the point. So the question is, what do you do? How do you change here in order to really have a deep fundamental change in your result? First, I strongly invite you to become aware of your belief system, how you really feel about money, about yourself and your ability and your worthiness toward money, what you think about rich people, whether you think money is hard to make, whether you feel like there's no investment out there, whether you feel like the economy is bad, whether you feel like it's too late, you missed the train, missed the boat. You have to be extremely aware of what goes on in your mind, because if you're not, the same old thought will keep on happening, and they will keep on driving your feeling, and you will keep on living unconsciously, and all the while blaming all those things because nothing is changing. So you gotta first become conscious of the subconscious programs that are holding you back, affecting your perception and your result. And I'm gonna put a link down in the comment where I created a little worksheet where there's questions, prompts that can help you think. And so all you have to do is answer those questions, write down the first thing that comes, and that will show you some awareness. It will shed some light on those beliefs. The link will be down in the description. It's free. You can just download it and do it. And hopefully you can uncover some of those deep belief systems. Then the thing is, like, you gotta challenge those belief systems. You gotta be like, well, rich people are greedy, and you gotta be like, yo, is there any rich people who have done amazing things in this planet, who are kind, who are good, who are friendly, who are doing amazing things? And is there some poor people who are, bad and abusive and stealing and robbing and killing? So you gotta see that, okay, it's not about money then. It's just about people, and money can be just an amplifier. So you gotta challenge all those beliefs and consciously start to harbor new thoughts, new perception about money, about wealth, about opportunity, about job, about your own belief and self-worth. So you gotta start writing down who and what you want to be like financially. And you gotta start to create that self-image of being like, well, if I were financially free and secure, how would I think differently? How would I go in the world differently? How would I spend money differently? How would I invest differently? Would I keep on speaking poorly about money? Would I keep on bitching about money? Would I keep on, saying I don't have the money, it's too expensive? Would I be doing all those things? Or would I be thinking greater? And so as you start to upgrade consciously here those thoughts and let go of those beliefs, and you think new thoughts, you're gonna start creating new belief systems. And then you're gonna start creating new feelings. And then if you start making new decisions and behaving differently, you will see new results in your life. And that new result will reinforce the new belief. And if you commit and you do it over and over and over again, and you completely change, transform your relationship with money, and you see yourself as somebody who can make money, who's a money magnet, who's smart financially, who can generate and create abundance, you will start to see those beliefs being reflected in your life. So if you don't know where you can start for this, I strongly invite you to study rich, successful people, read their biography, listen to their podcast, see how they think, learn. This is the process of modeling, right? What is it that they do? What is it that they believe about money, about investment, about real estate, about all those things? How do they think? What is the decision that they make? As you start to learn that knowledge, you can start to think differently, right? You can start to install those beliefs in yourself, and you can start to unlearn those old programs and start to teach and re-educate yourself financially. It's important because you are the captain, the master of your destiny financially, but we've been conditioned for so long, with this whole money thing and wealth thing and financial thing, that for a lot of people, there's a long way to go. And there's a lot of deep belief and a lot of emotions and a lot of pain and a lot of suffering because of all the past experiences they had. So it can take time, but I guarantee you, once you get that momentum going, it goes faster and faster and faster, and you will start to see different results in your life that only magnify the more you upgrade your belief system, those beliefs, and your self-image. So I hope this video makes sense, guys. Make sure you get that worksheet. Make sure you start uncovering those limiting beliefs, that old perceptions of money that you got to release, because otherwise you will keep on struggling, because those beliefs will keep on driving yourself and driving your life. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down in the comments. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next video, guys. Be well.